Alright, this is going to be the last try and the last straw. I am so... I want to know why I want to at least tell me, why it's getting suspended. Maybe it has something to do with how the original was, it got, some sort of, order for Hasbro. I don't know if it was a cease and desist, but it was definitely not kind. But I did it. Wait, what did I do? I'm so tired today. It's not even 10 o'clock, and I'm still way too tired for this today. Let me try doing this one more time. I'm just gonna send this to a friend because they want to know why my original streams. Oh, there you are. Okay, I just replied to you on Discord. Okay. It keeps on saying stream suspended due to a policy violation, but it refuses, absolutely refuses to tell me why. I'm assuming it has something to do with friendship is witchcraft because none of this ever happens. But what we are going to do is, so the videos that have been popping up on my feed a lot of the new Brony podcasts are more like Brony's Traumatized Generation, like what you see. So I really want to watch one of these videos, and I thought, what better time to do that than on stream, right? So we're going to watch this instead. I want to...
Bronies completely traumatized the generation.
Yes, we did.
Here's how.
Probably has something to do with copyright. Yeah, he's going to have a lot to talk about in this video.
You're probably familiar with what a brony is. If you aren't, a brony is basically a male fan of My Little Pony who is usually an adult or teenager. The story goes that on the website 4chan, people were watching the new My Little Pony show back in 2010 semi-ironically, but then ended up actually liking it and becoming sort of obsessed with it. Fans of the show would call each other Pony Bro, which was then turned into bronies. And, well, the rest is history. It seems odd that so many adult men would be so in love with a children's show. But the phenomenon was a very, very real thing. It came to the point where there were conventions, mainstream news attention, and just
now,
lot of
you are one of the lucky ones.
And My Little Pony. Now, obviously, My Little Pony had a huge fan base of actual children being the target.
Yeah,
demographic. These being young Gen Z children who probably had access to the internet.
It's part of the reason I wanted to watch one of these.
Is that it was definitely not the safest place for a kid to be. A lot of bronies were totally sweet and just had a pure enjoyment for this innocent show. And that's great. There was nothing wrong with that. However, a lot of bronies liked the show in ways that weren't appropriate. Let's just say that. And which unfortunately led a lot of kids to be exposed to very, very
I looked up and I saw that YouTube,
so join me today
kind of thing, and
as I explain to you how bronies traumatized a generation.
Good news.
To give some context, I was a brony as a kid. My brony origin story basically comes from one day that me and my brother were on the Hasbro website playing Flash games, probably relating to Nerf or Star Wars or something. My brother was just clicking on the website and found an episode of My Little Pony, a full one, and this was back in 2010, so the show had basically just come out. I assumed that they were putting episodes online for promotional reasons. Regardless, he clicked on it, and I was like, that's for little girls. Then we watched the episode, and we both really liked it. I was 6 or 7 years old at the time, so, I enjoyed it. After this, we both sought out more pony content. We just happened to have gotten a TV with cable connection.
Oh yeah, there's always a dark side of everything.
Which led us to find the Hub Network, which is where
always
Pony was being aired alongside some other shows. And then the rest was basically history.
I remember that show.
Watched more My Little Pony, and we both became big fans of it. And it stayed relatively contained, like most children watching a cartoon show would. We had some toys, we introduced some friends to it, but that was about it. Until my curiosity got the better of me.
That's very good.
As a kid who was getting more and more internet access the older he got, I ended up researching some brony stuff when I was about 8 years old. Now, I didn't know what a brony was at the time. I didn't know any of the fandom, really. I just liked the cute pony show. But after searching a bit online, I was introduced to this massive fandom filled with grown men. And at the time, I thought it was cool as hell. Now, cool isn't the first thing that most people think of when it comes to bronies, but as a little kid, Having so many grown adults be into something that you're also into makes it feel cool. It makes it feel like relevant and like a big kid sort of thing.
Hey,
So
Sonic
learning about
EX
bronies, I thought they were
all fair.
awesome. I ended up calling myself a brony and talking about it to my friends and just finding more and more fan-made content. It was great and a lot of fun.
I'm awesome. I'm a brony. So is Nick. Yes, so is Nick.
Oh,
I'm a brony. Brony.
Yeah, I just about want to kill myself after that.
My favorite pony by far was Derpy Hoods, a character who was adored by the fandom, coming from just an animation era where her eyes
I
were
had
off.
unrestricted
The fandom loved her so much that she was referenced in the show by name, which then led to its own controversy, which is a whole video on its own.
Now, careful, Derpy.
But there were tons of cool animations of the characters and Derpy and all this stuff. However, I said there was a lot of adult men with intentions that weren't, the most innocent when it came to this show. Well, unfortunately, it was really easy for a kid to stumble upon that sort of content. Something that was very popular at the time was creepypasta. Internet horror stories that were often not the best.
Pause. I woke up this morning and actually decided to reread an old brony creepypasta based on a normal creepypasta. Called the Apple Sleep Experiment, based on the Russian sleep experiment. That story, oh my gosh, it is so messy. Like, I remember reading that one when I was like, how old was I? I was like 10. No, it couldn't have been that long ago. I read it a few years ago. More than a few now that I look back. And man, I've gotten old. I don't like saying that. I'm only 19. But I read it a few years back. I was completely messed up by that one. I don't know. Oh yeah, Sonic.exe is on the bottom. Slenderman in the middle, of course. I don't know. That one, something about the Russian sleep experiment, well, the Apple sleep experiment, rubbed me the wrong way. I don't remember what it was. It was just, maybe it was the fact that Apple Bloom died at the end. Spoiler alert, if you haven't read the story, I'm sorry about that. It was just so heartless, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost realistic seeing how a pony could just fall into madness. I don't know. It was, that one hit me different. It hit me different than like Cupcakes or Rainbow Factory, because this one wasn't just mindless gore. There was actually some heart to it. Now, that's not saying Rainbow Factory didn't have any heart. There was like the whole thing about Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo being like super close. That was really sad. I actually own the Rainbow Factory in paperback book format, but yeah, you know a lot more about creepypastas than I do, it seems. But I don't know, something about the Apple Sleep Experiment just rubbed me the wrong way, and many grimdarks like that. But anyway, that was just a random tangent and a life story you guys didn't need to know. So I'm going to put this back on, and I'm going to stop talking.
In terms of writing or story, but had captivated internet audiences for a while. Of course, My Little Pony being popular had its fair share of creepypastas, one of which being Cupcakes, a seemingly innocent title, but the story and animations alongside it were anything but innocent.
Mr.
There was a user on YouTube that went by Mr. Davey, who made My Little Pony parody animations, and they were strikingly similar to the show. Little is known about Mr. Davey, but something that he formerly worked at Hasbro, something that he's just like a career animator.
I watched Derpy Gets Pranked like near the time it came out, and that traumatized me, I swear. You know what? Maybe this video is correct. It's been like some sort of meme almost at this point that, oh my gosh, bronies were so bad, they traumatized a generation. And now that I'm watching this video and getting reminded of all the creepy stuff that happened, it was traumatizing now that I look back. Yeah, if you never got into reading the creepypastas, don't do it. Except maybe Rainbow Factory. That one's good. It's not all mindless gore. In fact, the third story, Pegasus Device Reckoning, is actually pretty good. But I own that one in paperback just because of how good it was. You know, just read Fallout Equestria. It'll keep you busy for a while. Smile HD, yeah. Yeah, Smile HD. The amount of nightmare fuel faces in that is, ugh. Anyway.
Or just a guy with a lot of free time and really good animation skills. Regardless, Mr. Davy created a few videos on My Little Pony that were disturbing, to say the very least, one of which being Cupcakes.
Is he playing like a soft orchestral version of You Better Get Ready to Die from Cupcakes HD? I mean, listen, go back and listen to this.
Or just a guy with a lot of free time and really good animation skills. Regardless, Mr. Davy created a few videos on My Little Pony that were disturbing, to say the very least, one of which being
That is most
Cupcakes.
definitely like a soft
For
orchestral
context,
version
one of the characters in the show, Pinkie Pie,
Smile
is
HD.
the cupcake
or
bake shop.
Cupcakes HD.
She's generally considered to be kind of a crazy character, and even had a mental breakdown in one episode, which led people to make a story where her cupcakes were actually made of other ponies. So there was an animation made off of the story, and it starts off innocent enough. There's a fun song, the ponies are dancing, until Rainbow Dash gets knocked out. Rainbow Dash wakes up in a dark room,
Not
strapped
everyone,
to
just,
an operating table, with her
Rainbow.
wings stabbed by hooks being
Earth.
pulled up. She sees the disembodied stuffed heads of characters that hadn't been on the show for a little while, and makes a grim realization. Pinkie Pie then pulls up a chainsaw.
You know, I like how Cupcakes HD was brought, and the amount of viewers on this stream went from 4 to 1, like, immediately.
With a deranged smile on her face. Pinkie Pie then
Mm.
cuts Rainbow Dash's wings off, covers herself in
There's
blood, and it is gory.
Block.
They really spared no detail when making this. However, throughout the song, whenever there's an instrumental riff, it just cuts to a cute animation of the two characters dancing, and then cuts right back to the horror.
See, now, if you think about it, the animation, like with the dance scenes, is actually pretty interesting because, like, in the first one, like everything's all good, everything's normal, and then after Pinkie cuts Rainbow's wings off, like you see right here, she doesn't have any wings left, and then once she pulls out her organs, her stomach is like flopping downwards. It's gruesome, but it's good attention to detail if you think about it.
I'm obviously not going to show you, but eventually the character is cut open and her organs are pulled out in gruesome detail like the rest of the video. We then see the gory cupcakes that result of this entire operation. This video was very popular and was watched by so many children who didn't know it yet, which honestly is very sad. It is a terrifying video.
Yeah, the dance
I watched it as a kid.
yeah, like
I couldn't make it through the
you
entire
can see like
thing.
her stomach's all like
Sad. It is a terrifying
gets like stitched up. Yeah,
video. I watched it as a
poor
kid.
Rainbow.
I couldn't make it through the entire thing, but this is definitely one of those that kept me up at night.
Oh,
and I'm willing to bet, like, maybe hundreds of thousands of other children who were just fans of this cartoon. The way that it started off innocent and then turned into a disturbing mess.
You know, I bet you I can figure out a way to make everyone stop watching this stream immediately. I could start playing some of these animations. Dude, they were so freaky. Oh my gosh. It scared me, honestly. Like, I remember listening to Rainbow Factory when it came out, and I mean, the song was good. I actually listen to that song like religiously nowadays, but still.
Really just fun to watch for anyone. Really. Even rewatching it now as an adult, it's not even like funny. It's just gratuitous, really.
Oh yeah,
Mr.
everyone had
Davy, the
nightmares.
same animator, also made a video by the name of Smile HD.
And here we
This
go.
one is honestly kind of worse. Again, this video was incredibly well animated. It starts off very cute and sweet. It's got a remix of the iconic Smile song from the show. We see Pinkie Pie running through a field alongside the main six having a picnic.
Who wants to play a game of Count the Nightmare Fuel Faces? Yeah, me neither.
She runs over, but instead of a wholesome little moment, she kicks one in the face and her head is ripped straight off. Again, with very gratuitous detail.
You know, fun fact. So when I was reading the Apple sleep experiment this morning, it made a line about how Twilight's head was resting in a fresh pool of blood, and I thought that meant that that she got killed when I first read it, and now reading back, I'm like, because I was so confused how she was in the last chapter, and then I'm like, oh, she didn't actually die. It was driving me nuts. The Rainbow Factory is such a meme nowadays. Like, even people, I have multiple roommates who don't like My Little Pony and actually don't like me for liking My Little Pony. So that's just a fun little dynamic we've got going. And that's why I don't do many fanfic videos, because I never like have the time to read them when they're not home. But that aside, I was playing the Rainbow Factory one day, and they walked in. They were like, "Yo, the Rainbow Factory," and I was like, "You know the Rainbow Factory?" And they're like, "Of course I know the Rainbow Factory." It's like, apparently everyone knows the Rainbow Factory. It's very strange. I'm muted for a second. I meant to press play. There we go.
You're shown all these little ponies' faces of pure fear
There's a
and
nightmare
anguish
on your
right
face.
before they're about to be killed. Or we see them watching each other and then are treated to relentless gore. Something I should mention is that the re-uploads of this video, both of them really, are not age restricted. No, they
That's
are.
the problem. That was like the big problem. Like when I was yeah, everyone in the community knows. When I was a kid, I clicked on one of these videos, seeing like the really like almost cheerful looking thumbnails. No, it's messy and not okay. Like when I was a kid, I would never watch a video that said like, "Oh, this has age restricted content, don't watch." I was like, "Okay, I won't do it," because I had enough respect not to. But they couldn't have at least put like a gore restriction or something on this. This was messy.
Are fully just fine for everyone to watch, which honestly, I'm not one for age restricted content. I think most content
No,
shouldn't
yeah,
be age restricted.
it shouldn't,
if it's
but
not
still,
mainstream.
that one.
However, this is an exception to me. I think this absolutely should be age restricted. Seemingly, YouTube doesn't care.
See, because the problem with this one is how easy it was. Oh yeah, it's like how easy it is for somebody to just stumble upon it when they're just like browsing the internet. They're like, in fact, I saw a video the other day. I'll try to pull it up. It was one of those YouTube shorts, right? And it was like, I get on it and it's like, Brony's ruined My Little Pony for me. And I was like, okay, I'll watch this. And it was actually someone I watch a lot. Her name is Smokey Bee. It's pretty funny, actually. But she does little animations. And it's like, it was such a hilarious video because it was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to watch a video about my favorite cartoon horses. And then you hear the Smile HD remix getting played through the phone. And she just like screams. It was such a funny video. I'm going to try to pull that up. But basically, yeah, this animation was not an okay thing. Like, at least put age restrictions on it, man. Because the problem is, so many little kids are going to go looking at this, and it's just, I don't like it. It's very scary. Like, there's not many things that scare me. I like horror movies; they're fun, but that. Ugh, not okay. The funny thing is, so the other day I was listening to my YouTube mix, which I do very often, and yeah, sorry, I'm trying to look up that video, and this is completely slipping my mind. Gosh, there we go. I found the video. Okay, now I can actually think while I switch over tabs. And so I was listening to my mix the other day, and my heart straight up dropped because I was listening to it, and I was just kind of doing my work, and then I just hear "Come on and smile." I was like, no, there's no way. I turn on my mix. Apparently, so I guess YouTube has some filters that stop non-music related videos from getting on your mix, but apparently that counts as a music video. Now, it wasn't the actual video. It was just someone doing some someone. Man, I can't. Yeah, your spelling is off. My speaking is off. So we're even. But actually, hang on. If I click share, the video that. Oh wait, no, that's not the same video we're watching right now. So this is the video that I was talking about. It's hilarious. If it'll actually play.
My day be so fine, then bam. Traumatic My Little Pony memories. I'm sure plenty of you already know what I'm talking about, but I cannot stress enough how much this show's fandom ruined my childhood. Oh boy, I can't wait to watch a YouTube video about my favorite ponies. What? What? Like, Jesus Christ, man. I'm like 11 years old being freshly thrown into colorful pony cannibalism. God damn! My day be so fine, then bam. Traumatic.
Come on, you can't tell me that video was
I'm
not
sure plenty of you already
awesome. Because it perfectly encapsulates what everything was about back then. I love the screaming, too. The screaming just kind of set it all off, you know what I'm saying? Let me switch back over tabs while I read the chat if there's new messages. Yeah, that is hilarious. Good. Someone else gets my broken sense of humor. I don't know. Something about hearing other people's stories about it kind of makes me feel better knowing that I was also scared of it as a kid. Here.
It'd be really ironic if my video gets age restricted because I'm talking about the topics. But
That would be
guess what?
awesome.
Throughout Smile HD, some of the other characters come in and try to defend their friends. The video gives you a sense of hope that
That was a really
maybe
long
the
about
deaths have been avenged. But no, if only it could be that way. Me and many other children who watched this video always wished that the other characters could like kill Pinkie Pie and get revenge and avenge their friends. But it never happened. No matter how many times you watched it, it didn't change. It's like watching Revenge of the Sith and feeling, oh, maybe Order 66 won't happen this time. No,
I don't like Star Wars.
It's inevitable.
Shoot me
Throughout
now.
the video, the deaths
Well, I
get
don't watch
more
it
and
religiously
more
like
brutal.
everyone else does.
The animation and choreography is genuinely really, really well done. The animation is fluid, the action is snappy, and it all pairs
I'll
up to
send
the
you the
music
video.
really, really well.
Uh,
It seems as though Pinkie Pie is about to be defeated. However, unfortunately, she uses an earth-shattering beam and just destroys the planet, basically. I mean, I think it's fair to say that it's an insane video. Personally, I found this one more traumatizing than Cupcakes as a little kid. It would stay in my mind, and it kind of altered the way that I viewed the character.
Interesting thing. So I did not find this one more traumatizing than Cupcakes HD, and here's why. Like I said, I listen to my mix all the time. So I am very influenced by music, and at least the song for this one is catchy and nice. The song for Cupcakes, where it's saying, like, you better get ready to die. Like, come on, man. That just doesn't help. You know what I'm saying? It makes it even worse. And if there's one thing bronies know a lot about, it's, like, even worse, you know?
Pinkie Pie, whenever watching the show, it was hard to not associate this video with the actual canon show.
And that's the problem, is that now whenever I see a Pinkie Pie, something flashes in my brain. Now, I have seen this show 30 times through. I am not even joking. If we want to talk watching something religiously, this is it. But now I can't watch specifically the Party of One episode, and I just can't watch it anymore without at least seeing something in my brain about Cupcakes or Smile. Or I read not when I was younger, but when I was a little older, with all 9 seasons. With no context, I read Sweet Apple Massacre, which, by the way, is completely inappropriate and also super messed up, where Big Mac essentially rapes and kills Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo, which is, like I said, super messed up, and I'm also definitely going to get, like, if I were monetized, I would get demonetized for saying just that one word, and also, I'm just going to check real quick to make sure the stream didn't just get suspended for me saying that word. But, so that happened, and, yeah, it was a very messed up thing. And then, the rest, so then I read, against my better judgment, I read the fan-made sequel. Now, that one was not as bad. It was still pretty bad, but it wasn't as bad because at least there were no children involved in this one. But, and then Pinkie Pie ended up being the bad guy, and she was like a skull collector. It was super messed up. It's just, I see where he's coming from with this one. Like, fan fiction and animation just ruined everything having to do with this show. And it's genuinely saddening. But, yeah. Oh, Drunk Luna just posted in the Discord that this really nice Ponytown design. That's really cute. Anyway, that makes me feel a little bit better about this stream.
On account of how good the animation
This stream is not going in
how
the
much
direction I thought it was
stayed
going
in
to.
your brain. If you look at the comments of any of these videos, you'll see so many.
Exactly. I was laughing as I read the comments under these videos because I was seeing all this. Yes, Gen Z's childhood trauma. Who's back to relive their childhood trauma? I want to see what that is.
Comments from people who
I remember being terrified of this, but also thought it was edgy and cool as a kid. I don't regret my parents letting me have the internet at a grand age of 8. I mean,
and it's kind of sad.
Yeah, it's crazy. 1 minute of silence for all children, thinking it was going to be a happy, fun video, and we're traumatized in the end. I feel that. It is either a miracle or a curse that this video has somehow managed to stay on YouTube. I'm going to go with curse. I don't know. Reading comments are so funny that it almost makes me wish more people would comment under my videos, because I like interacting with the comments. It's fun. Like, even my last video has, like, 60 to 70 views, and it doesn't have that many comments. Ice Swimmer, you did comment, so thank you for that. Yeah. I find comfort in knowing I'm not the only one who watched this at an age that's just too young.
Let's see.
It's
A lot of people
crazy,
share the
isn't it?
same stories as I do. There's another one of Mr. Davies' animations.
Derpy gets
This
pranked,
one
right?
goes by the
Yeah.
name of Derpy Gets Pranked.
Oh,
Derpy being my favorite
man.
character. Derpy Gets Pranked had
Stop.
a very nice thumbnail.
No,
It started
stop.
off very innocent. Looked like a scene from the show.
Swear.
Like everything else. The character was associated with muffins, so there's a muffin placed out on a plate by these three child characters. Derpy then flies down and, well, takes the bait. They cut a rope that's attached to an anvil that was hanging above, and
Okay, here's the thing. I want to know exactly what their motivation was, specifically Sweetie Belle and them all being so happy to do this. Like, I want to know what the motivation for this was. Is it just like someone told them it was going to be fun, where they hired as hitmen, because that would be hilarious, and they're just like smiling because they're like, oh yeah, 10,000 bits. Like, I want to know some context. It's weird. Like, the thing that creeps me out the most about this, one is the hub logo. Look at that, the weird looking heart. That's not what I was meaning to say. What creeps me out most about this is how long Derpy keeps moving afterwards. Like, she's like flapping her wings, and it's like when you kill a fly and it's like still moving. It's gross.
attached to an anvil that was hanging above,
And now we're rewatching. Yeah, see,
I always found the way that her wings continued to flap to be
wow.
much more disturbing than her just being killed, because she's still alive through the torment of it all, which, ugh.
It seems that I am very relatable to this guy. This guy is very relatable to me. He apparently got traumatized by a lot of the same things I did.
It's bad. It's nasty. It's still hard to watch to this day, if I'm being completely honest. This next one wasn't technically made by Bronies. It was actually a moment from the show
there it is.
that scared a lot of kids. There was an episode on the show by the name of Lesson Zero, which featured the main character, Twilight Sparkle, basically
Kind of friendship.
insane. The normally calm and good-natured character becomes a manic mess, and visually has this very, very creepy, enlarged smile, which was used in a lot of My Little Pony creepypasta content. You may be familiar with it even if you never watched My Little Pony or even were in any sort of brony subculture to begin with. For good reason, this freaked a lot of kids out. Definitely wasn't the worst.
Are you kidding? Did you look at
There was much worse.
But
But it still shows that My Little Pony, even as a show, still had some scary moments. The show wasn't necessarily
Like, that's the part where you pull out a gun and you're just like, nope, we're not doing this today.
for little kids. It was kind of, I'd say, like 7 to 12-year-old age range. So there were moments of violence and scary imagery. Younger children who
Oh, right, the
watched
mean
show
six and
really
melting.
did not.
You know, that scene was actually censored. There was like a much more gruesome version of it that the Hasbro made them censor because they thought it was too scary.
Now, another example of kind of terrifying brony stuff was a video by the name of Ponies Sliding into Boxes. Kind of.
Oh.
So there was this video which showed ponies sliding into boxes with some cute music in the background. It was adorable, very heartwarming and cute video. It was basically just an animation on loop, but with different characters. However, someone took this animation, redid it, and then added one where a pony slides into a box of nails. This leaves the floor to start pooling with blood, and then the pony to comedically say, this video wasn't the worst thing in the world in terms of traumatizing brony things, but the way that it snuck its way into such a cute and innocent series of videos was really what made it the most disturbing, in my opinion. It went from
I
just
feel this.
genuinely cute and calming stuff to then a pony sliding into a box of nails. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. As a little kid, I loved watching the ponies sliding into box videos, but I was always like on edge watching them because I wasn't sure if it was going to slip into that animation, and many other people share that exact same sentiment and feeling. Now,
I feel
there was another animation.
You know, I
named
hope-
Little Miss Rarity, which was
Oh, that one. Right. I hope. Who was it that made this video? I hope this guy eventually someday ends up seeing this stream, and he understands that, or he hears this. I do understand his pain because it seems we had, it seems we had very similar experiences. Yeah, it's hilarious, but it's also sad.
probably the most mature out of these so
This
far.
one's
Now, this started off
and
as
messed
fan fiction on a Tumblr blog, and then was adapted into an animation series on the YouTube channel Little Miss J. The video starts off with the main character, Twilight Sparkle, using a scalpel to extract the other character, Rarity's horn, which accessed her memories. We then see what happened in the past. While working, she was scratched by her cat and then proceeded to throw it against a wall, killing it. Terrified by her actions, she attempts to bring the cat back to life via the means of this very creepy little doll. We then see her little sister tied up. The story's a bit hard to actually understand by watching the video, and honestly, I don't feel like reading My Little Pony fan fiction right now, so you're just gonna have to go with my interpretation. Rarity continues to inflict pain on other ponies, her friends, and stuff like that. She ends up burning a heart-shaped mark onto herself, and then starts hallucinating. She gets arrested, and then this, Resident Evil creature comes out of her stomach, and we see more disturbing imagery. The thing about this video, too, is that the designs of the ponies are, weirdly humanized.
Yeah, this one's more...
seemingly kind of
not one of the
sexualized, too, which just gives it a strange, kind of gross feeling. It's definitely not my thing. And I was fortunate enough not to watch this video as a little kid. I'd seen the thumbnail many times, but I never actually ended up watching it. And I'm glad that I did it. Now, something that the brony community is...
No. And also, one more time, no. And also, one more time, yeah, you know what this is already. No. I'm gonna keep playing this video just because I want to know this guy's thoughts on this, but also, no. I think every pony who watches this stream later, I want you guys to comment, if you guys watch this after it's been fully uploaded, if you know why I'm saying no. Because I think Ice Swimmer does. Because also, no. Yeah, he definitely knows. Because no, okay? Because there's so much no with this one. I want to go back and edit this video just to see how many times I said no in the past 2 minutes. Because, no. I'm going to keep this going. Just bear with me.
Or throughout the internet is, and I'm going to say this without getting demonetized, the jar.
And the thing is, so this video, or this stream, or series of videos, 4chan obviously, which makes sense if you think about the nature of 4chan. This video, or these videos, they're not just a brony fandom meme anymore. People do this with anime crap too now, but I think the Rainbow Dash was the original. Ice Swimmer, I'm gonna say sure, because there's no way for me to be held accountable for what's said in chat, so yay. I don't know what, obviously I know what to feel about this one. This is just a big fat no. This is just weird and creepy. If you're into that, that's your problem, but this is, gross. I can't even bring myself to be thinking.
So, how do I say this? There was once a man on 4chan who had 2 little Rainbow Dash dolls.
I have way too many Rainbow Dash minifigures. That is not weird. What's weird is what's about to happen with them.
He then proceeded to fill it with his seed and put the little pony inside of that jar filled with that substance.
Now, you think the story can't get any more disgusting? Well, it does. I'm sure he's going to go into it.
And then he put it on a radiator, and so it caramelized, turning the liquid brown, which was all being posted to 4chan to the delight and dismay of many.
And so now the poor Rainbow Dash is the only Rainbow Dash to ever get boiled in that. I'm not going to say that, because I could probably get the stream suspended.
Police haven't really been able to escape this one guy's actions because,
because this was the original, this was the original, thing that hinted to people that some bronies are not okay. I can't obviously say bronies are not okay because there are plenty that are okay. In fact, most of us are okay. But then you got guys like this who make it very hard to want to be in the fandom. I'm just saying. And I genuinely want to meet this guy in real life just so I can ask him where his brain was when he started doing this. You know what I'm saying? And also, I want to know what it's like for him now. Because, his face is out there. You can see his face right here. There's no way people don't know what he looks like. I want to know if, 1, he ever gets recognized in real life, and 2, what it's like when people, message him or ask him what it's like. You know what I'm saying? It's just... it would just kind of be like a weird, not fan interaction. I was about to say fan interaction. That is just, I am not a fan of this. I just want to know what it was like, or what it's like for him nowadays. Because this is an irreversible action. He's not ever coming back from this. Anyway, that was just kind of weird to say.
Really gross. Like, it's really fucking disgusting.
Mhm.
If you want to learn more about it, Wang's got a great video on the subject.
I find it kind of funny that the guy who made a video of this is named Wang. I'm sorry, that was a bad joke.
He eventually ended up actually interviewing the guy who did the thing.
Oh, so he did. Okay, you know what? I actually want to go watch this video. Not on stream. I will not be watching this on stream. I'm just gonna go save this to my watch later. I will watch
But yeah, so that is a thing that happened within the Brony community and was memed about and talked about quite a lot, and especially more in current days. It's nasty. It happened. And unfortunately, some children at the time were aware of this. I, again, fortunate enough to not be. Thank God. But still.
Lucky.
Now, the thing about My Little Pony and Brony culture is that it heavily kind of tied into furry culture. Now, most Bronies weren't furries.
Now, I think there was a line from one of the Banquo videos we watched. It was in the Brony quiz where you said Bronies are just diet furries. That's hilarious.
But a lot of furries were Bronies, if that makes sense. Just simply because, anthropomorphic characters in a TV show, that's kind of what furries like, So a lot of the stranger things that furries are into ended up having art of it being produced with My Little Pony
And thus we get
characters
rules
and uploaded to
for.
YouTube and DeviantArt and all sorts of places. There's one video that I remember that would pop up a lot that was basically a video of what I believe was like a Flash game on DeviantArt or Fur Affinity.
Oh,
of
no.
Rainbow Dash being tied with a hose attached to a keg of apple cider, which was heavily featured in the show. And this is like a revenge sort of thing by the other character, Applejack. She's tied up, friend, and is now.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna be right back. I'll probably put something on, but one of my roommates just got Tears of the Kingdom, and I want to go see. So I'm gonna put myself on mute. I'm gonna.
Shout out to my group channel, Minus World. We've been posting 1 to 3 times a week, and we do podcasts, we do races together, or we just kind of play games for fun. Here's a little sample of what our channel is like. Fun. Right? Oh! Oh, we did it! We did it! We did it! Yes! All right, Grant, I'm sorry if my audio might be in one side, and also I hate Windows updates because they change my audio settings every time it happens.
Shout outs to Microsoft.
Shout outs, let's go.
Bill Gates. Love Bill Gates, what are you doing?
Thanks, Bill Gates.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
You seriously got the star, Nico? Why?
What? What do you mean, why?
I heard
That's
you
the
said
point.
ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Oh, no, no, that was just for
He's just
fun.
humming.
It was not for fun.
That was the ice
It was
cream
for
truck.
fun. It was not for fun. Minus World is a great time, so I'd appreciate if you go check out the channel and maybe even subscribe. But with that said, let's get on with the video. I already know what you're thinking. Ha 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 ha, big funny meme. BLJ with apples? Yeah, right. With an orange? Ha, not possible. Banana? Don't even get me started. But here's the real joke. This is actually possible. Yeah, I'm serious. You can actually do this, and I'm going to show you how. This is the Makey Makey, and this is what we will be using today to do controllers with random everyday objects or fruit or items or whatever you want to call
All right, I quickly
Now,
noticed
what is
no one's left on stream, but that makes sense because I kind of just ditched. But I'm back. So, let's return to watching how bronies traumatize a generation, shall we? There we go.
Her apple cider. This video then shows
Right,
Rainbow Dash
yes.
being filled with said cider. The stomach inflates so much that it's like a circle and the limbs are just kind of popping out the side, and throughout the video she's like complaining about it, and it's really weird. It grossed me out as a little kid, I'm gonna be honest. And this also ended up leading a lot of children to develop sort of like inflation fetishes later in life. For those who aren't chronically online, there's a lot of really weird art of ponies being inflated. Really of anything being inflated, but ponies were a very popular subject matter at the time. And it was really, really easy to find everywhere, really. I don't know why, but it was like, if you were looking up My Little Pony stuff, you were gonna find this shit. The way that they had Rainbow Dash like uncomfortable through the whole process and like being upset about it really just kind of like made the whole thing worse. It would have been less disturbing without dialogue, but yeah, it was not a fun thing to watch as a little kid. People like to deem this sort of thing the Elsagate before Elsagate. I don't personally see it that way. However, in a future video on the topic of Elsagate, I will cover this sort of thing alongside another channel by the name of Kphoria. That is a topic for another video in the future. Now, something that a lot of kids did, including myself, was looking up the characters on Google Images, either to just look at different art of them or to draw them. I was big into drawing little ponies as a kid, and again, my favorite was Derpy, so I'd often just look up literally just Derpy hooves on Google Images with safe search on,
man.
which, you know, the first like 50 or so pictures would be completely innocent, either screenshots from the show or just fan art of the character. Completely fine. However, once you started scrolling down a bit more, you'd be met with a lot of really, really nasty content. Whether it was more inflation stuff, weird nudity. There was this odd subsection of pony art where it was like the characters, but they had human-sized like breasts that would just hang down because they're on all fours, but they would still be like down there. It was really strange and just looked anatomically all over the place, but it was really nasty.
I've just noticed has never seemed to catch a break, has she? Like, the whole Save Derpy movement was so sweet, but then like all the fandom started getting so weird around Derpy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I hate this fandom sometimes.
Indeed, for me as a little kid, I had no interest in even looking at human boobs at the time, so you know I wasn't wanting to be looking at Derpy Hooves' weird pony human boobs. You know.
And there it is. The immediate traumatization came back from that one. I just
Another big thing that scared a lot of kids was Rainbow Factory, a creepypasta and YouTube video that portrayed Rainbow Dash killing different ponies and using their blood to create the rainbows seen in the show.
Not their blood.
No, in the show there was a Rainbow Factory, which is where the rainbows came from. It was built in the clouds and had this like cute, mysterious kind of aura to it. I personally really liked it whenever it showed up in the show as a little kid, but bronies basically like creepypasta'd their way.
Yep. Now imagine this. Okay, imagine this is canon, right? Let's just imagine that for a second. And then Pinky just went ahead and ate some of it. Yeah.
Into this and made a lot of creepypastas and fan fictions around the Rainbow Factory. And that basically, the rainbows that you see can only be made with the blood of dead ponies. The evil, depraved nature of the characters at play here was really disturbing for a lot of different kids. Just the concept of it was not fun to think about at all. Many older fans, mostly the edgier teenagers, were obsessed with the Rainbow Factory. And for decent reason too. Looking back on it, I can see the appeal of this dark and edgy nature to it. But too many children were exposed to it, leading them to just feel gross and bad after watching this sort of content. Another example is pony.mov.
Not this one.
You may recognize this YouTuber by his new series,
I'm gonna go be in
Brain Dump, which is really well made and really funny. It's good stuff. But he was part of the brony community back in the day and created a series of videos that are now known as pony.mov. These videos are made for the sake of being edgy and disturbing and gross and absolutely not anything like the show. The characters were all super mean-spirited, it was violent, but it was pretty funny to a lot of people. It was hard to find a pony.mov video that wasn't disturbing. But there was one big one that really scared a lot of kids, and this was shed.mov. In this series, the often well-mannered...
Okay, so fun fact, I've never actually watched shed.mov. Never been even morbidly curious about this one. I know what it's about. Ugh.
Fluttershy character was an evil psycho murderer who sounded like Fat Albert. Long story short, this video features the ponies going into Fluttershy's shed
Sus.
and seeing
I saw that, Rainbow.
the skeletons and
You're not
bloody
slut.
remains of a bunch of different animals. In the show, Fluttershy loved animals and cared for them, so seeing this was a wild juxtaposition. Hell, they showed Derpy Hooves' remains. She's turned into like a skinned toaster oven.
Or Derpy.
Fluttershy then enters the room and takes a chainsaw to Rainbow Dash's head.
You know, what is it with Rainbow Dash and chainsaws? Like, in all this fan content, she just doesn't get away from the chainsaws, does she? Like, cupcakes and now the...
Got a strong YouTube content rating, but it's not age restricted.
Of course
And
not.
honestly, it's kind of
Why
sad
would
to see
YouTube
the
ever
comments
protect
of people
children
recounting
from
how much this
stuff?
scared and this
All right, let's read more comments. I remember clear as... Yeah. I refuse to curse on this channel just because I can. I remember clear as heck my best friend showing me this at a sleepover and me being absolutely... Yeah, sounds about right. Okay, so, like I said, this is the one that I didn't actually watch. Give me a second. Trauma overload. So this is the one that I never really watched. So I can't relate with these people as much.
Those little kids. But that really just was the nature of being a kid brony back in the early 2010s. It was really hard to avoid this sort of content. A lot of people would find it even when not looking for it. Another thing that you'd find a lot of the time too was gore art of these characters, or just general creepy things as well. And something that a lot of people unfortunately came across were the fluffy ponies. I want to say, like, do not research for this topic.
Yeah. I know precisely what this one is. Huh. You know what? I can't even speak on this one. I'm gonna let him do all the
really,
talking.
really nasty stuff for whatever reason. I've tried to understand it, but I just cannot.
It's really hard
There
to
is a large subsection of people who enjoy art of these very cute little fluffy pony characters being abused and treated in horrible ways. This sort of content was widespread and is still being made to this day, and is even appearing on TikTok for some people. Initially,
Yeah,
people
seriously, don't go looking this crap up. It is. We already talked about that. Prima Luna Crescent Eclipse. We already talked about that, and I don't want to go back. You can watch the stream later and go back to that part, but we're not talking about that one again. No.
People were really confused as to why this sort of thing existed and why it was so awful and gratuitous. Some people thought it was a fetish thing.
It is a fetish.
Which for some people it is. Some thought that it was just being spread and shared because people wanted to be edgy and cool. That could definitely be the case for some. Regardless of what the intention was, the content is always just absolutely hideous. And it was just genuinely awful and deplorable artwork, especially of such cute and innocent characters. To anyone who did end up seeing this sort of thing as a kid, I am so sorry.
I
that you
accept
had
your
to do that.
apology.
Like, I'm genuinely feeling it for you. Like, that is awful.
I swear, I relate to this guy on a spiritual level because I swear, he seems to have the exact same experience as mine, except the pony.mov. I watched a few of those, but I never actually watched shed.mov because at that point I was too scared to click on any pony video on YouTube that wasn't like a song from the show. I think my last straw in that regard was Derpy Gets Pranked, but anyway.
If you see a video or pictures or comics starting off with these fluffy ponies, don't continue reading, don't continue watching, because you're probably going to see something terrifying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This video might make it seem like the brony community was awful and like deplorable.
Some of them
But it
were.
really wasn't. There were so many
Just
really
saying.
sweet and nice individuals in the community, and the general atmosphere of it was a really supportive and kind one. A lot of bronies were on the autism spectrum, and the community ended up becoming really,
Wait, look at
really
those cute little
supportive and kind ones.
cosplayers.
A lot of bronies were on the autism.
Look at that! That's so adorable. I mean, come on. I don't know. It's just I love seeing these suits where like they're just they look so nice and cuddly and not weird. And it's honestly kind of refreshing watching this whole video and then seeing that. That's adorable. Come on. Now, as for me, I am actually working on a cosplay costume myself of the Rainbow Dash from the Equestria Girls, because I play guitar and I want to stroll up to a BronyCon with my guitar in hand and play awesome as I want to be. But that is just me. I've never cosplayed before, so that'll be interesting. Anywho, let's keep
on.
on.
The community ended up becoming really a safe space for those individuals where they could interact with other people and have ease of communication with fans of the same media. It was really sweet. This was especially a thing at BronyCon, which, as it sounds, was a Brony convention. There were multiple different ones, but BronyCon was the big official one. This took place in Baltimore, Maryland. The first Brony.
And the thing is, I live in Maryland. Like, that's where my actual house is. I'm not currently in Maryland, given that I'm going to school, but my actual house is in Maryland. And I was always so excited because I almost always went to BronyCon. And then, you know, you guys know what happened to BronyCon. It's very sad. Now, I do still go down for Sequestria Sequestria Fest now because it seems very fun. In fact, that's next weekend. Oh, holy crap. That is really actually next weekend. That is so hard to believe. It's already here. I remember I bought my tickets back in January, and it's already here. I'm so excited. The cosplay isn't done yet, so I'm not going to be bringing that, but, you know, it'll be fun. It's still one of the smaller conventions, but still fun. I want to go to HarmonyCon. I've said that in so many of my actual videos, but I really want to go to HarmonyCon and just see how everything runs there. I wanted to go this year because both Starstrike and Banquo were there. Both of which I react to their videos. And Banquo, I mean, if y'all are subscribed to the channel or watch me often, you know what's going on between me and Banquo. And I really wanted to see him in person, but no, I guess not, because financial crap.
BronyCon
That's all
was in
fixed. I'm going next
2011
week.
and continued to grow more and
See
more
what I can get
popular every year, with eventually dying in 2019 after attendance numbers
Don't remind
majorly
me,
dropped
man.
and the My Little Pony show was ending and the fandom just wasn't really a big thing anymore. Now, as you'd expect, attendance of BronyCon was mostly grown men, but there were a lot of children there too, and I was one of those children. I had begged my mother to take me to BronyCon, and
My parents would never take me to BronyCon because they were like, it's too gay. Excuse you. Not everyone there is gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, you know.
And eventually, yeah, we ended up making the trip to Baltimore and going to BronyCon. For her, it was a very bizarre and surreal experience, but for me and my little brother, we were having the time of our lives. The whole time, my mom secretly wished that we would grow out of being bronies, while me and my brother chanted that we'd be bronies for life. Luckily, yeah, her wishes were granted.
I want to know what he
No
means by
longer in the
luckily.
brony community. Not that there's anything wrong with being a brony.
Thank
but,
you.
You know. But regardless,
Duck Hunt.
BronyCon initially was actually really smart about how they handled their NSFW content. Now, obviously, there are a lot of people in the Brony community who are heavily...
Now, I believe I do actually remember how this was handled. It was like, since all the kids would like go away at night, that's when all the NSFW stuff was allowed to come out. I think that's
attracted to the My Little Pony characters. They will look at content that is NSFW of these characters,
Sus.
and they will, you know,
watch porn relating to ponies.
What is
What? What?
It's called clopping.
What? What are you? What? Are you fucking with me?
there were a lot.
That clip was so funny. I want to know some context behind that. Has any pony in chat seen that video before? Because that was hilarious. The dude looked so embarrassed to be saying that. I want to know if that was like his dad or his friend or something, and whoever was on the phone was just like, "What? Are you crazy? That's freaking weird." You remember that clip? Where was that from? I want to know. I want to watch that video. That sounds so funny.
A lot of cloppers in this Brony community. And so there was a lot of art that appealed to that. And this was on partial display at BronyCon. See, they had rules where you couldn't show full-on NSFW content during the daytime, because that's when the children would be out.
Okay, so I don't personally do the C word, but I want to know where that clip was from, because that looked so funny. I want to see more about that. That looked funny.
However, when it turned dark and most of the children would leave, the vendors could then reveal their NSFW content.
Those are body pills.
But this didn't stop people from having like borderline stuff up. I remember there was a lot of art of the characters as humans in very small bikinis, or like body pillows of the different characters.
Well, do you guys remember that episode? I think it was in season 6, Weirder Than Fan Fiction. I think it was something like that. Where Rainbow Dash pointed to a Daring Do body pillow and like what's his name? I forget the name of the fan she was with. Was like, I don't know, that's weird.
That, well, some of them were like child characters.
Yeah,
on these
yeah,
body
no,
pillows,
no.
Which even as a little kid, I was not happy about. I found it very gross and.
You know, I do write fan fiction on FimFiction, and I do know so I read the rules, like all the rules, obviously, when I originally posted my first story called When Worlds Collide, which is currently on hiatus because I don't know exactly where I want to go with the end of that story, but that's off track. I remember reading that. So obviously, it said that any no NSFW content involving human characters under 18. And I was like, okay, interesting, but why not ponies too? I mean, they're still children. Just what species they are doesn't change. And yes, anyway, I'm not even going to go into this one. I think it's really, really creepy, especially with the children. Oh, the Pick and Preacher's here. What's up? You joined a really weird stream and at a really weird time. Oh no. Yeah, okay, hang on. I want to read some of these messages that are here. So you're only halfway into the show. Very funny story. I've seen it 30 times through because I watch this religiously and have for years. I am very, very strange. He called his dad to tell him that he watches. Okay, that sounds about right. I want to know more about that conversation though because his dad sounded so concerned. Anyway, let's just keep going.
Disturbing. And there was
Pick and Preacher, we're talking about how Brony's traumatized.
There were those titty mouse pads, but you know, it was like ponies, plushies with
weird,
holes
honestly.
in areas that implied
Oh
bad
no,
things.
Lyra plush. I know about
sometimes even tell by the vendors. Some vibes were just a bit off. But yeah, some of the stuff at BronyCon was kind of rough for a kid to see.
I will say though, like he said, the Brony fandom, not the Brony fandom, but BronyCon did take care of this very well. Not letting it be out when the children were out. That's a very good way of doing that. You know, my parents didn't even know I watched MLP for until like 3 years ago. I was always very sneaky with it. Yeah, they know the Lyra plush too. The Lyra plush is also a very interesting meme in the fandom. If this will load.
Now, unfortunately, a lot of people who grew up being My Little Pony fans feel very deeply affected by the content they consumed as a kid. Many people feel that watching this incredibly disturbing and violent content as a small child.
Now, as I said earlier, not much has actually really gotten to me before in terms of like Brony stuff, but things like Cupcakes and Smile HD, those just, I don't know, they've rubbed me the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? They just kind of they're not okay. Put age restrictions on that at least. But I don't know, something about it's just off. Yeah, Crescent Eclipse knows what I'm talking about because it's like I said, I woke up this morning. I don't think any of you were on the stream when I said this, but I woke up this morning and I was scrolling through FimFiction and I decided to reread an old fanfiction of mine. Well, not of mine, but that I had read as a kid. Not as a kid. My gosh. That I had read a few years back called The Apple Sleep Experiment. And I'm sure at least a couple of you know what that was. It's I don't even know how to describe it. It's just, it rubs you the wrong way because it's so weird seeing how just the ponies can just go down into madness like that. Shocked when your favorite character's head got knocked off. Oh, Twilight's your favorite character? My personal favorite character has got to be Lyra. I am holding a Lyra plush right now. It's adorable. And if not Lyra, then it's got to be Autumn Blaze. The Pick and Preacher, you don't want to know. Trust me, you really, really don't want to know. But yeah, and the fact that Apple Bloom got like killed at the very end, it's not. Now the Rainbow Factory, like I said, I love that fan fiction to death. It's not mindless gore, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of just like it's gory, but it also has some story. But some of the fan fictions like Cupcakes and Smile that just have no story and it's just mindless gore, it's not fun.
Affected them neurologically in ways that they really wish that they weren't affected.
I
They feel desensitized to gore, violence, and some even feel like they were led to be hypersexual after viewing so much of this content as children. This is an incredibly irresponsible thing in the brony community to do, in my personal opinion. Now, obviously the content wasn't made for children, but it is a
I remember
children's
this episode.
show.
That's
I
the
understand
Magic
it was an
Duel.
adult audience. The show is
Oh,
so fundamentally made.
Whoa.
Affected in that.
Whoa. Oh, Luigi's Mansion. I was not expecting that. I don't know exactly what that was. But whoa. I apologize for that. I was not expecting that. I recognized the Magic Duel episode. I thought he was just showing a clip from the show. That was not intended whatsoever. I do want to know what he's talking about.
Of horror content as a small child on the internet, which I think is
Oh, this is all
lovely
just like
to
gaming
have
stuff. Oh,
a
The
lot of
Shining.
love for
I remember
horror
that
as
movie.
a genre, as a storytelling means.
Whoa.
I'm also very interested.
You know, I think this is where we're gonna stop this video. That got weird fast. Yeah, that's why I have that message shown on stream. I feel like I should put a disturbing warning on the stream. That's why. I definitely recognize the Shining at the beginning of that, or not at the beginning of that, but like there. And okay, Luigi's Mansion, very interesting. I didn't play this. Well, I played this one as a kid, but I didn't play it a lot as a kid. And I come back as an adult, and I'm just like, oh, this game is very strange for Nintendo's standards. Like, I have Dark Moon. I have it for my DS. Oh, thank you, the Pickin' Preacher. I have Dark Moon for my 3DS. I still never beat the final boss because I was too lazy to. But it's Luigi's Mansion, very interesting. I like the third one. It's very fun. I think it's a very fun series of games. You know, it's just kind of interesting. I don't know what to do next because I don't want to end it. This is like supposed to be like a celebration stream. Ooh, Friendship is Witchcraft. I watched like half of this video. It's supposed to be a celebration stream because this is like I said, my birthday month. We're streaming every Saturday, but I don't want to end it after just an hour because that's not fun. Oh my gosh, I am seeing so much Zelda stuff here. I want to see this actually really quickly. What is this about?
The Tears of the Kingdom OLED Nintendo Switch.
I
This
can
is the
answer this right
back
now. Yes, it's completely worth it. I do want to re-show a video. So I showed this one earlier. I had like one person on stream, and I think some of y'all might find this one amusing. So Smokey Bee. I don't know if anyone here watches Smokey Bee. She made this amusing short, and this is it. This is so funny.
My day be so fine, then bam. Traumatic My Little Pony memories. I'm sure plenty of you already know what I'm talking about, but I cannot stress enough how much this show's fandom ruined my childhood.
Right in with the
Oh
stream.
boy, I can't wait to watch a YouTube video about my favorite ponies. What? What? Like, Jesus Christ, man. I'm like 11 years old being freshly thrown into colorful pony.
I mean, tell me that's not awesome, right? It's beautiful. It's truly, truly riveting stuff. No, because I got hit with like a wave of trauma when the Smile HD stuff started playing. Banned from Equestria. I don't... Okay, I'm gonna go look that up real quick. It's got an OST. Okay, interesting. Okay. Oh. Okay. That's a thing. Yeah, that reaction was fantastic. The screaming is what gets me. The screaming, whenever I see stupid screams like that are... Ooh! Scribbler did just release a new compilation. Oh, it's one of those compilations. I'm morbidly curious and really want to watch it because I have seen the other ones. I watched Scribbler, like There's No Tomorrow, because she's awesome. Did y'all hear about this scary thing that happened where she almost got her channel deleted? That was so sad. I mean, do y'all want to watch this compilation? Because I would not mind putting it on. That's awesome. You know what? Let's do it. It's gonna be a lot of very interesting jokes. Just gonna warn you all of that. Here, I'll share the screen and y'all will understand why. But I also enjoy. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's weird watching stuff like this because this stuff is actually funny. It's not like really weird stuff. That's the video we're talking about. Let's do it. This is gonna be a mistake. What is it? Okay. Oh, them's writing words. I watched.
Twiley, we need to talk about what happened when you were full-sitting
there's a lot of
Flurryheart
very
last night.
strange jokes in this one. Just
Why?
recording.
I thought the night went really well.
It did, until she told us about how she woke up from a nightmare and wanted to sleep with you, but you were busy wrestling with Flash Sentry in your bed. And apparently you're not very good at it, she said, since he had you pinned down for a real long time.
Flash from the past.
She also wanted to know what kind of trip he invited you on, since you were so excited about it that you kept screaming at him that you were coming.
Yo, whoa.
I should be angry with her about last night, but woohoo, you go, girl.
I'm so going to get this video taken down.
I cannot deal with the fact my brother knows about my sex life.
Scribbler's voices are awesome. Whoa. Okay. You gonna move that? Thank you. Oh, it's an art gallery.
Why did someone draw this? This did not
This is just
happen.
art.
Yet. This did not happen. Yet.
Oh, this is the Friendship is Witchcraft side from that one.
Fluttershy! Fluttershy, we need help involving birds and bees.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And that's the birds and the bees.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Flutters! Hey, girls! Did you ask Fluttershy for the birds to eat honey? I got the apples from Sweet Apple Acres, and I found a nice piece of plywood to use when we make our super crusader cupcakes. Girls?
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Flutters? What did you do to the girls?
Oopsie.
You weren't supposed to tell them the birds and the bees until they're much older, you know? Good job, Fluttershy. Good
That was
job.
mildly
You
amusing.
ruined their innocence. Good fucking job.
Finally, I get to head home.
Oh my gosh, that's me after school.
This day of practice took far too long. But luckily, I can get home and sleep this off.
Oh no, something's gonna happen.
What the?
Uh-oh. What is that?
Oh, crap. Seriously? Not another one of these things. That's the fourth one this week from her alone.
Oh, it's probably
Pinkie
pink.
Pie, I love you, okay? I tell you every fucking day that I love you. We literally slept together the day before I left.
That's where I
You
get
don't
weird.
have to be insecure about our relationship.
There seems to be a sparkle in your eyes today. That's because I'm looking at you.
You know, now that I think about it, when was the last time we saw like a Rainbow Dash Pinky ship? I mean, I know that we just talked about this on or in the last stream where we watched the Banquo shipping tier list. But I mean, seriously, when was the last time like some actual Rainbow Dash Pinkie Pie stuff was made? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of strange that we never see that one because I think they would do well together. I would probably get killed for saying stuff like that, but you know. Oh, come on, load. Thank you.
Are you hitting on
Of course, Bill Course doesn't know when some ponies.
Darling, what's your name again? It's Twilight Oh, I see.
Oh.
For a second there, I really thought I was gonna get someday
Underrated.
rarity.
Apparently, I can't understand flirting either, because apparently that was
I'm
not
gonna
flirting.
tap that ass, and then I will have tapped all the asses of all of my friends. And thus my diabolical plan will be complete. Once you go Twilight, you can't go back to a lonely night. That came out way more sinister than I intended it to.
And then I crushed the dissidents under my hood.
I love these videos.
Let me tell you, no one questioned my rule of the village after that.
Yes! Trixie will have to remember that one.
Trixie, can I tell you something? I know we're best friends, but I've been feeling like we should be more.
Hey, now you can't just say we go bonkers over ships. I think going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs is even better, because I have plenty of ships that I think should happen. Well, obviously Lyra and Bon Bon was confirmed, but also like the normal Octoscratch, Starlight and Trixie, you know, all of that stuff. I have a weird one that I think would be funny to watch, and that is Twilight and Autumn, because I think that one would work out pretty interestingly. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know why I keep saying, do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just say that a lot, I guess. Strange. Anyway, I'm going to put the compilation back on.
Starlight, I don't know why, but I agree.
It's like
oh no,
we're meant to be together.
Yes, it's like destiny. Like there's some powerful force drawing us together.
Kaden, are you in there? Very Heart needs her diaper changed.
I can't help now. I'm busy.
What are you doing?
My royal duty.
Oh. Okay.
Oh wait, yo, did you see? Oh no! Look at the Twilight and Celestia doll. That's Cadence has some weird stuff going on in that room. But I also like the Chrysalis voodoo doll. That one's pretty funny. Oh wait, are they all voodoo dolls? Is she trying to make this stuff happen in real life?
Just remember to double check that the ponies you're pairing off are inside. We don't need another mass outbreak of public indecency that needs to be explained away. First time was hard enough. Second time was even harder, and she's already not double checking, isn't she?
Probably.
Oh dear.
Would you like a spoon, Sheriff?
Thank you, but that won't be
I don't think I've seen
necessary.
a G5 thing on Scribbler's channel.
Ah.
Whoa. Okay, now it's just getting weird. You can chill, bitch. Not like that. And it's Sprout Walk. Scribbler, what'd you do here?
See, this is why I give him free ice cream. Whenever he comes in to eat, my revenue doubles. Suggestive ice cream eating is great for business.
If Pink Pony want to remain honorary yak, then she must be able to smash anything. Yona here best when come to smashing. Yona, tell Pink Pony your favorite thing to smash.
Sandbar!
Not that kind of smash.
And then Trixie said, "That's not a manticore, my dear. It's her mother."
I want to hear the beginning of that joke. No, I thought Zip was gonna catch him or her.
Sounds that funny, haven't you?
Bite me, you humorless flank.
See, if you were doing that on stage, maybe I would pay a bit more bits to get in here. Know what I mean? Seeing you get your ass chewed off on stage, that's quite entertaining. In both the violent way and the sexual way. I ain't picky.
Well, howdy. You must be Twilight's father.
That's correct.
You must be awfully proud of your son.
Why, yes.
Captain of the guard and the daughter who saved Equestria many times. Just imagine how great the grandkids will be.
Oh.
I can only imagine how you feel.
suddenly much older.
How'd you feel if your granddaughter was, the most powerful alicorn who ever lived? Pretty good, I'll say. Pretty good. Shows your swimmers really work!
And now, after my explanation of how the TARDIS works, would you like to take a ride, Your Highness?
Oh no, this is going places.
Are you thinking about my sonic
Oh, this is
screwdriver?
definitely going places.
Well, actually.
Oh, Doctor Who's, what's up?
Huzzah! Now thy pranking has come to an end, you fiend!
You underestimate the lengths
I
I'd
remember
go to
this
prank
one.
you, Luna.
I remember seeing this prank. This is hilarious.
That is a grave mistake.
Not make me die.
Oh yeah! Say, future self, was it worth it waiting 1,000 years for this? For enjoying the exact same prank twice? Absolutely!
Tell me that's not amazing.
Are you thinking about my sonic screwdriver? You know, this seems like a bit of a non sequitur. Are they implying that Celestia fucked Doctor Who?
Yes.
Just so she could prank her own sister with her own
Yes.
death? That's extreme.
Not extreme. It's a prank.
What is it, Spike? I'm kind of busy right now.
A bunch of packages just came out of the mirror to the human world.
Oh, those must be from my Canterlot High
This
friends.
is gonna go.
I ordered a bunch of novelties and other things from their world that I thought would be useful. They said they would toss them through the portal when they arrived. Could you tell me what came?
Sure thing. Twilight? I'm not sure how to pronounce what's written
Oh
on
no,
this one
no,
box's
no.
label.
Spike, stop.
It's something from the, I guess, XXX store?
No.
What's a lifelike, dial do?
Don't open that one!
No.
Here you
This is
are.
making this worse.
You have something I want. I'm sure we'll find something that you want.
Is this the trade episode? Oh, it is the trade episode.
Did you get the cherries?
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Is this the,
But was I supposed to get all his bits in his house as well?
What exactly did you get him?
2 bits, which are also in the bag. I did it wrong again, didn't I? I'm not very good about the whole trading thing.
I think we noticed.
Holy Celestia's crap on a cracker, Fluttershy!
What?
The best I could ever do was the deed to some pony's cart. His house? Come with me, darling. I have an idea for an amazing business opportunity for the 2 of us. Stick with me, girl. Rarity shall be rare an entrepreneur.
Milky Way. For providing so much nutrition to the foals of Equestria, I hereby declare you the Princess of Milk.
Wow.
Why can't I hold the balance? Look out!
What in tarnation?
Princess, I really don't think I'm the right one to be Princess of Milk. Couldn't you, alicornify a cow or something? Seriously, I was an earth pony at first. I'd like to die an earth pony too. Not smashing into the ground with me jugs, squashing the ponies around me because I'm apparently immortal now. Oh, for God's sake.
Lyra, who the hey is this? It's me, as a stallion.
Oh.
I think I'll call
It's
him
just DeviantArt.
Kyra. Wow, I look great.
Thanks. You're not too bad yourself.
Wait, is it
wrong if I like myself?
Doubt it.
You disgust me sometimes.
I love her
At least
bonbon.
now you have
It's
two
awesome.
of me. If you get what I mean.
Uh-oh.
Think of the possibilities. Know what I'm talking about? Like, rare. Brr. Ruff, ruff. Ow! Hubba, hubba.
That sounds about right. That's what was in the
Nailed it. Picture perfect landing.
Or not.
Why
like
Thanks for the help, Twila.
You're welcome.
That's not very nice, Applejack. That's just weird.
And where are we now exactly?
Good question, Twila. Good question. Y'all ever made love in a forest before?
Whoa.
Oh, this is so
Well, she's up
exciting.
front. That's
An actual changeling to talk to. I want to know everything about you and your race. For example, between when you met Spike and when he started helping you to make friends, what did you eat?
Uh-oh. Okay. Can we switch video?
Oh, that's my little Spiky
I
Whitey.
don't think it's too late for that.
Crystal Heart? Of course.
How does that sound? Let's switch videos. we got some ways through that one. I don't know what to look for. Not another Scribbler video. Not right now. That one got weird quickly. Growing up in the 2000s. That sounds fun. I did that. Ooh, what about this one? The best My Little Pony songs ever? I don't know. We're gonna see that.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be reacting to some My Little Pony, the best My Little Pony songs.
Sure.
And I wanted to get into this because I wanted to start watching some My Little Pony episodes. But what is the best thing to do than just react to some My Little Pony songs before I watch the
Why is it
episodes?
lagging so bad?
And another reason I wanted to get into My Little Pony as well, before anything else, is because I watch a lot of cartoons and I watch a lot of
Nope, this one's laggy. You know, maybe I should just end the stream here. I could save both of these till later and watch them both. Is that that's a Whopper ad? You know, every time I do a stream, I always end up like just looking through my feed and I end up finding some weird crap. But it's amusing. It's fun. Anyway, I've decided to end the stream here. The Scribbler video got out of hand, but I did enjoy watching the Traumatization video. We should watch another one of those. That was funny. I like hearing people complain about how Bronies messed everything up and then complaining about it myself. Yeah, we're done. If you watch this later, I don't know. I don't even know what to say to you. Look at the live chat. You'll understand why I said a lot of the things I say. Anyway, credit for that video goes to Scribbler. I think I can put that in the description later. I'm gonna go. And, yeah. I'm gonna go and finish cleaning my workspace, which I was supposed to be doing while we watched Friendship is Witchcraft, but I didn't end up getting to watch Friendship is Witchcraft because the stupid YouTube kept taking down my thing. But, I'll figure out what's wrong with that, and we will watch Friendship is Witchcraft one day. But until then.